Hi traders. So in today's video I will talk about why it is the top reasons why it is so beneficial for you if you learn how to code, and in this special case why it is so beneficial if you learn to code EAs and or Forex robots, because EA is it means expert advisor, and it is for the MT4 and MT5 platforms, and of course C algos, C bots are just as good. And in the past videos, in the last couple of videos, I've talked about them, and I showed you some stuff in C Trader as well, because C Trader is, in my opinion, is one of the most advanced trading platforms that is available in the market. So right now I am in a really big work, and I am working on the Imperium pattern EA's update for a long time, and now these are the last steps, and I just want to ask you if you are interested in the back tests and some forward tests and some things that I can show you about the Imperium, the new update of the Imperium pattern EA that will be published for MT4 in in 1 or 2 days. So let's start. Now the first thing is that I want to talk about is that many traders think that coding is just another word. It is just otherworldly thing. It is just so difficult and so hard that they won't even start to do it. They won't even try to do it. And the thing is that even if you are not in the business of coding and programming, or not, you are not working with numbers, and so your job is something really something else, in some different category. Even if then it doesn't matter. You can learn to code, because coding is not just for mathematicians, and it is not just for people who are working with the same kind of environment, and in the same kind of environment as coders, and with the same kind of logic. It is for all kinds of people. Of course, you don't have to be, or you won't be the best fucking hacker and coder in the world, but it is not your intention. You want to code a Forex robot, and that is absolutely doable. It is not impossible at all. So, because a lot of you ask me if you can succeed in coding Forex robots if you don't have a degree in computer science, and of course it is, we are living in a world where you can learn anything from the internet, and even if there are not many videos on this topic, I have made several videos on this and how you can actually start to learn coding robots, and it is not that hard. It is actually quite doable in a normal period of time, so it won't take years. And of course everybody's different, so for some people it takes a week, for some people it takes a year, but it doesn't matter, because the journey is yours. And so one thing that I was thinking about, that many traders don't really think about when they give up on coding EAs, and that is the most important thing, in my opinion, that you can do with coding a Forex robots, and the ability and the skill. And that is actually, in my opinion, not that you can code your strategy once and you just use it so it will trade for you, because you can go up to Fiverr, MQL5, and you can, you know, hire a programmer to code your strategy. It is not that hard. But the thing is that I don't even know how would I be profitable if I don't know how to code Forex robots really quickly. Because I was just thinking about that when I have a strategy in my mind and I just have an idea, I have ideas all the time, then a moment, I just check this optimization, not that bad. Let's see. So if you can't really test it just on some in some manual way, man, that is not just time consuming, but that is not that reliable. And that is because, first, you are a human, and humans tend to just fix things, and that means that when you are backtesting, I am entirely sure that you will make mistakes in your backtest. Even if it's not intentional, you will do it. And if you let backtest to an algorithm, it won't make mistakes. It won't, you know, this is kind of where AI systems and just computers are better than humans. Humans are much better in numerous ways, but computers are much better in precise things. So if you learn how to code a Forex robot, you will have the ability, when you will have a strategy in your mind or an idea, and you can just code it in, you know, in a few hours, and then, or a few days, and then you can backtest it immediately. And you can backtest it not just for the last 25 trades or 50 trades, but you can backtest it for, you know, like the last 1,000 or 10,000 trades. It depends on the strategy. You can backtest it basically for 20 years and even more, even 40 years. And it is just such an advantage, because if you don't know how to code, you backtest the strategy manually, the max that you can do is like 1 year, but most traders don't do that. They backtest for like 2 months, and the problem is that 2 months is nothing, because of course you have a statistics that is better than if you don't have nothing, but you won't have the necessary insight on the overlooked how the EA will react to certain market situations that the couple of months didn't contain. And you will be surprised, and your emotion or guard will be just destroyed by the first wave that you haven't encountered in the backtest. But if you backtest your strategy for 20 years, that is such an advantage, because you saw everything. You know, all the crashes, just fucking everything. And that is an advantage, because you will know that, oh, it is normal, it will be good, or it will be, now it is just a sequence of losing trades, and you know the numbers and everything, the averages. So it is just such an advantage, the ability to code an EA and then test it, a strategy basically. So you don't have to even trade automated, but if you know how to code your strategy, you can test it, and that is the best way to have an advantage over the market, because most traders can't code. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that, and it is my personal experience, that coding will give you basically another mindset, a more structured mindset that will be so beneficial for trading as well, because coding is such a different animal type than trading, Because in trading you can just do anything you want and no one will question it. Of course the market will say fuck you, it is a losing trade, but that's all. But in coding, the system will tell you that, man, you missed one fucking thing and the entire system is just collapsed. It won't work, and you have to improve it immediately. And it will be so beneficial for your trading, because suddenly you will be more structured and you will follow your own rules, because you know that if you don't follow your own rules, the system will collapse. It is a synergy between trading and coding, and this is so. Basically, what I want to say is that it doesn't matter if you won't be the best coder in the world, but coding itself will give you a better chance to succeed in trading, because it will give you a better understanding of structures and how you should follow your own rules and your system's rules. And if you build a structure, you have to follow, you have to follow your rules in it. So it will give you some profitable trades if you learn to code. And the other part we are talking about, that you can backtest your strategies immediately, that is just huge, because you don't want to hire an engineer for every time you want to test a strategy. But I don't know what kind of person you are, but I have like 100 strategies in a day in my mind, and if I if I wouldn't know how to trade, I would have spent like $5 billion on engineers to code my strategies every day. So I hope you have a kind of different perspective on coding right now because of this video, and you are just pumped to do some coding and learn some. And watch my other videos on coding, because I talk about how to start it, and I share website names and code bases with you where you can start. So that is really interesting and really useful, because it was for me. Yeah, ciao.